Stop for a moment. Before your name, before your job, before your history, before your thoughts about yourself. Who are you? Not your personality, not your achievements, not your roles. Who are you without the story? In the book, On the Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are, Alan Watts proposes something radical. The reason you feel anxious, isolated, or incomplete is because you have been taught a story about yourself that is fundamentally mistaken. The story says you are a separate individual trapped inside a body, looking out at a world that is not you. Watts calls this the great taboo. The taboo against knowing who you really are. From childhood, we are trained to believe that we are separate egos. We are given names, labels, identities. We are told to compete, to defend ourselves, to build a personal image. But what if this is only a partial truth? What if the sense of being a separate self is only a role you are playing? Watts begins with a powerful metaphor: the wave and the ocean. A wave appears separate. It has a shape, a beginning, an end. But what is it made of? Water. And what is the ocean made of? Water. The wave is not separate from the ocean. It is the ocean in motion. In the same way, you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe expressing itself as a human being. This is the central insight of the book. The illusion of separateness creates fear. If you believe you are a fragile ego inside a vast and indifferent universe, existence feels threatening. You feel small, isolated, vulnerable. But if you see that you are not in the universe, but of it and as it, the perspective shifts completely. The first major theme is the myth of the separate self. Western culture emphasizes individuality, which is useful, but it often goes too far. It encourages the belief that you are cut off from everything else. But consider this: you breathe air. That air becomes your bloodstream. You drink water. It becomes your cells. You eat food. It becomes your body. Where exactly do you end and the world begin? There is no hard boundary. There is constant exchange. Your body is not a thing. It is a process. The second theme is identity as a social construct. Your name was given to you. Your nationality was assigned. Your profession is a role. Your beliefs were shaped by culture. None of these are false, but none of them are the full picture either. When you mistake labels for essence, you shrink yourself. Watts invites you to loosen your grip on identity, not to erase personality, but to see it as fluid. The third theme is the game of hide and seek. Watts suggests that existence is like a cosmic game. Consciousness hides itself in forms. It forgets its totality. It experiences limitation. You are consciousness temporarily pretending to be a separate individual. Why? To experience life from a particular perspective. If you were aware of infinite existence all the time, life would lose its intensity. Forgetting creates drama. Drama creates experience. This idea reframes suffering. Suffering becomes part of the experience rather than proof of isolation. The fourth theme is unity of opposites. We tend to divide reality into opposites, good and bad, success and failure, life and death. But opposites define each other. You cannot have light without darkness. They are not enemies, they are partners in a dance. This understanding softens resistance. Instead of fighting discomfort, you see it as part of a larger balance. The fifth theme is life as music. Watts uses another powerful metaphor. If the purpose of music were to reach the final note, the fastest musicians would be the best. But music is about the experience of sound unfolding over time. Life is the same. It is not a race to retirement, not a sprint to achievement. It is a rhythm to be lived. When you treat life as a journey to a destination, you miss the melody. The sixth theme is control. We believe we must control everything to feel safe, but control arises from the illusion of separateness. If you see yourself as separate from the world, you feel you must dominate it. But if you see yourself as part of the process, the need for rigid control dissolves. You participate instead of dominate. The seventh theme is fear of death. Much of human anxiety stems from identifying exclusively with the ego. If you believe you are only the wave, death feels like annihilation. But if you understand you are also the ocean, death is transformation. The wave falls, but the water remains. This does not remove grief, but it removes existential terror. The eighth theme is spontaneity. When you are not obsessed with defending identity, you become more spontaneous. You act naturally. You respond instead of react. You become less rigid. The ninth theme is modern anxiety. We live in an era of hyper-individualism. Social media reinforces personal branding. Productivity culture reinforces competition. We are told to optimize ourselves constantly. But optimization intensifies ego identification. Watts offers a different approach. Relax into being. The 10th theme is awakening. Awakening is not mystical fireworks. It is a shift in perception. It is realizing that the story of being a separate self is incomplete. It is seeing that you are not a lonely ego in a vast universe. You are the universe looking through human eyes. Now let us bring this into practical application. What changes when you understand this? First, comparison softens. If everyone is an expression of the same underlying reality, competition becomes less hostile. Second, fear decreases. You stop defending an image constantly. Third, presence deepens. You engage with experience directly rather than filtering everything through ego preservation. Fourth, compassion expands. If others are not separate from you at the deepest level, empathy becomes natural. Fifth, anxiety reduces. You no longer feel like a stranger in existence. You belong because you are existence. The deeper message of the book is radical yet simple. The self you defend so intensely is only a surface identity. The deeper truth is vast, interconnected, dynamic. When you recognize this, life becomes lighter. You still work, you still plan, you still love, but you do not cling. You participate in the dance rather than trying to control the choreography. The big takeaway from this 25-minute deep dive is this: the illusion of separateness creates fear. Understanding unity creates peace. You are not a small ego trapped in a giant universe. You are the universe experiencing itself. That was the book by Alan Watts. Which idea shifted your perspective most? The wave and the ocean? The game of hide and seek? Or life as music? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive valuable, like the video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful breakdown. And remember, you are not in the universe. The universe is happening as you.